distributive property, whole number coefficients. All right, so distributive property means we're going to distribute something. I like to think of distributing as like handing it out. Or if you think of like Amazon, most everybody knows Amazon, and you order something, they are going to distribute that item to you and whoever else ordered it. So distribution is just a means of making sure that the item gets where it's supposed to get. In this case, we're talking about numbers instead of items, but same kind of idea. And then whole number coefficients, so that just tells you we're not going to have any decimals. All right, so if we have this equation here, and I like to rewrite it a little larger. So when I distribute, and I put the 8 on this side, that really doesn't matter. I can move it so that it matches the equation here, or the expression. Sorry, this is not an equation because we do not have an equal sign. So I'll move it over here so it's on this side, but it doesn't matter if it's on the left side or the right side. You do exactly the same thing either way. So I'm going to take this number and I'm going to multiply it by everything that's inside the parentheses here. So I'm going to say 8 times W, and I get just 8W. And then I'm going to take 8 and I'm going to multiply by -7. One negative means my answer will be negative, and then I go 8 times 7, I get 56. So this is all we're going to do is just take whatever number. It's either going to be in the front on the left side or it's going to be in the back on the right side. And we just multiply by everything that's in the parentheses. All right, so let's go ahead and start this. Okay, so we have V plus 11, and then that's times 7. All right, so let's go with pink here. So remember, we're going to distribute it like this, and distribute means multiply. So we have 7 times V, it's 7V. And then I have 7 times 11, and there's a plus sign there, so 7 times 11, I get 77. So remember to when you distribute it, to distribute it to everything in the parentheses, not just the first thing that you come to, but every piece that's separated by a plus or a minus sign. So we have 7V plus 77. Check. All right, let's go next. And we're going to clear that out. Let's go ahead and start with a green this time. So we have 11 times 10 minus x. So this one, now the number's on the left side. Again, that's not going to change anything. We're still going to take the 11 and distribute it, which means multiply by everything in the parentheses. So we have 11 times 10, and you are welcome to use a calculator on this one. You can also write it out on the paper. So in this case, we get 110. But if you were to write it out, it's just regular old multiplication. So 0, 0. If 1 times 1, I get 1. 1 times 1, I get 1. So we have 0, 1, 1. So it's not terribly hard to write it out real quick and multiply. You're also multiplying by 10. So if you remember those rules, if I multiply anything by 10, I just add 0 to the end. So this is just kind of my long explanation, but there's a couple of different ways to know that. Anyway, 11 times 10, that was the first one. And then we also have 11 times x. Don't forget to bring the negative. So it's negative x. So 11 times x, we get 11x, and I brought that negative over. All right, so we're going to type this in. So we have 110 minus 11x. Check. All right, one more of these. Let's go with red this time. All right, u, so 4 times u plus 12. So again, same idea. We're going to take this 4 and we're going to distribute it to everything in the parentheses. So we have 4 times u, so we just get 4u. We always just squish those together. And then 4 times 12, so there's a plus sign here. Make sure you put the plus sign. And then we just want to multiply by 12. So 4 times 12, I get 8. 4 times 1, I get 4. So 48. All right, so I have 4u, whoops, click on the wrong letter here, and it will kind of kick it back at you if you don't have the right letter in here. So use the right variable or it's going to mark it wrong. It may give you a warning first, but it will eventually mark it wrong if you keep putting the wrong variable in. So just pay attention to the variables there. All right, we finished it.